All right, so the next dream I had was February the 16th actually. This dream was it was also different because it was pretty much a week after the first one. And I think that might have been on Shabbat, I don't remember now. But in this dream I was in my car and I had driven up to this gate. It was a black wrought iron gate, and I wanted to turn back up and turn around. It was like going into a university, and I've dreamed about these university type places on multiple occasions. So anyway, I wanted to back up and turn around, but this Gentile female was driving in a car, and she had come next to me, and she was so close that I couldn't really back up or go to the left or the right, so I had to go through the wrought iron gate. So the gate opened, and I went through. So I got into the gate, and for whatever reason, I parked and I got out of the car, and I went inside of this place that was like a university. And when I got inside, there were these tall curved steps, and the steps were purple. They had like purple carpet over the steps, and I started walking up the steps, and they were very tall. When I got to the top of the steps, and there was a flat area, the steps were now covered with bees. Like the black and yellow, they were like honey bees, the small black and yellow bees, not the big bumblebees. And they were just like walking around the ground, kind of like how they do on a hive, how they're just crawling around. They're not actually really flying. You know, if you watch a documentary and you see like the bees inside the hive making honey and tending to like the larvae and all that, they're just like walking around. They're not really flying. That's what it was like. It was like all these worker bees were doing all this work. It was only a couple of them, like a very few of them flying, but it was thousands and thousands and thousands of these black and yellow bees. But they weren't attacking anyone. They weren't, like, they were so focused on whatever it was that they were doing, like some type of work they were doing. It was literally like an infestation of bees. It was so many of them. So anyway, another Gentile had laid on top of some of the bees on the carpet as if they weren't there, and the bees didn't rise up and sting or anything like that. They just continued working. And I got to the top of the steps, and I stared at the bees and looked at them, and something else happened. I don't remember what else it was. But I'm saying this because even though this was a week after the fact, this was almost like a continuation to the original dream, where I dreamed about all those trees bearing fruit. Now I'm dreaming about bees doing all this work. And you know how bees pollinate, even though they weren't really flying back and forth, they were already doing this work. So I think this has something to do with some of the things I've been praying for. But if any of you guys have an interpretation, please let me know. Now, I think today's March the 9th. I'll double check. I'm probably going to make another video after this because I had a very different experience today. And I wasn't going to make a video about it, but I am going to make a video about it. I think, and I'll be back. Hopefully this helps someone. I feel like I haven't been on in a while. I think I'm going to try to come on more often. Today, I had a very specific vision. Well, I'm just going to have to tell the whole story. Alright, so I'll make another video and put it on.